Yo, what's up? Welcome. These are my week 16 fantasy quarterback rankings. And if you're watching this video, congratulations. You know what that means. You made it to the fantasy football championship. Let's go. Come on. QB rankings. Let's start this off with number one QB, Patrick Mahomes, going against the Atlanta Falcons. Oh my God, can we get a better matchup than that? That is a juicy matchup for my man Patrick Mahomes. He's going to throw 4 touchdowns this week. He's my QB number 2 overall, and I see Patrick Mahomes straight balling this week. He's going to get 25 to 35 fantasy points, and if you have him, you are lucky because you are set up nice and straight for the fantasy football title game. Next up, let's talk about Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore quarterback. He's been balling. He's been throwing. He's been scoring so many touchdowns. Your head is spinning right now. My man had 30 points last week, and the week before that, he had almost 40. Lamar Jackson is heating up. He's peaking up, and he's beating up the stat sheets every single week. Now let's talk about the New York Giants, because Lamar is going head to head with the New York Giants this week. The New York Giants D is underrated. I must say, they are looking pretty good lately. They've been shutting down a lot of elite quarterbacks. My man Lamar Jackson, he's not going to have a big game. I think he's only going to get about 15 to 20 fantasy points. If you have somebody else that you can put ahead of them, then go for it. But usually you never want to bench your top guy, especially someone like Lamar. But I honestly don't think he's going to have a big game this week. I think he's just going to get 15 to 20. He'll have a very average game. They're going to rest him in the fourth quarter, so that might limit some of your points right there. Next up, let's talk about my man A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, taking on the Tennessee Titans. Man, everybody has been destroying the Tennessee Titans lately. He's going to put up massive numbers this week. If you have Aaron Rodgers, you're going to get 25 to 30 fantasy points this week. Tennessee has looked awful. They have looking bad. They look so terrible against the run. Man, my high school football team, the high school pee-wee running backs can run through the Tennessee Titans defense. Aaron Rodgers, he's a must start this week. He's my QB number 3. He's going to get you 25 to 30 fantasy points this week. Next up, let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Man, Houston, they don't really have nothing to play for, but my man Deshaun is throwing them things. He's bombing them touchdowns like he's playing 3 flies up in the backyard. He's going to have you 20 fantasy points, and he's going to throw about 3 touchdowns. So if you need a good quarterback, the matchup is great. Cincinnati's defense has looked absolutely atrocious. My man, they look terrible. Cincinnati, where have you gone? Please sign some new defensive personnel next year and draft a linebacker or a cornerback or somebody that can do something on defense. So Deshaun Watson, he's going to get you about 20 fantasy points this week. Kyler Murray. Oh my goodness. What can we say about Kyler Murray that hasn't been said already in the last week? My man has been lighting up the stat sheets. 40 fantasy points last week. Oh my God. He is on fire lately. Kyler Murray. But don't get it twisted. San Francisco 49ers defense is pretty solid. My man Kyler Murray is going to have 20 to 25 fantasy points this week. He's going to get 3 touchdowns. He might get a touchdown on the ground, but you know he's going to get a lot of rushing yards. He's a good play this week, but he's not going to have a major game like last week. He'll get you 25 points, but he ain't going to put up 40. Next up, we have Justin Herbert. Man, he is going against a Denver defense that has been absolutely destroyed. They have no cornerbacks. They have nobody left to play out there. I mean, they're having tryouts in the high school football gym looking for people to play cornerback over there. So he's going to light them up. Justin Herbert, I think he's about to have 15 to 25 fantasy points, maybe around 22. But it all depends on if Keenan Allen's going to play. because that'll boost up his points to about 25 to 30. But Justin Herbert, man, he's going to light it up this week. So if you have Justin Herbert, feel confident by starting him. Next up, Josh Allen going against the New England Patriots. These are not the same Patriots that we are used to in the last 20 years. This is an awful team that has no direction. They've been trending downwards, and they've been getting absolutely destroyed on defense. Josh Allen's going to light them up. He's my QB number 2. Josh Allen's going to put up 35 fantasy points. He's going to be one of the highest scorers this week on Monday Night Football. Oh yeah, he's looking to make a statement. He's ready for prime time. He's going to show the world exactly who my man is. Let's talk about some QBs I don't like this week. Russell Wilson. Man, he's a 32-year-old quarterback, but he looks like he's 62 lately. Man, he cannot move around for nothing. He's been getting hit. He's been getting sacked. He's been getting dropped. I mean, my man has been getting destroyed lately. What is going on, Russell? I definitely see him taking on the Rams. The Rams are a really good defense. Man, Russell Wilson, I hate to say it, but he's been a disappointment this season. In the last 6 games, if you start him in the championship, you're going to lose this week. Do not start Russell Wilson. He's only going to get 10 to 15 fantasy points this week. Next up, let's talk about Ben Roethlisberger. Man, this guy, he looks his age. He's about 38, and he looks like he's 48. He has not been playing good. He's somebody that is going to do terrible. Do not start Ben Roethlisberger against the Colts. The Colts defense is phenomenal. They're great against the pass, and he's somebody I would definitely stay away from. Let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Oh my God, Jalen Hurts. My man is lighting up the stat sheet for the last 2 weeks. He is a phenomenal runner. Jalen Hurts is a league winner. If you can get him, make sure you grab him quick before anybody else can, and put my man in your lineup if you want to win the championship. He's going to put up 40 fantasy points. He's my QB number 1 this week. Jalen Hurts, number 1 QB this week, top scorer. Let's talk about Ryan Tannehill going against Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers and them boys. He's going to be having to play catch up with Aaron Rodgers and them. So he's going to have to throw a lot of passes to try to catch up to the Green Bay Packers. And you know what that means? That means a lot of touchdown passes, a lot of interceptions. Ryan Tannehill is going to put up some major points. He's going to put up 30 to 35 points. And those are my QB rankings for Week 16, the championship game. So if you got Jalen Hurts, start him, baby. Start him with confidence. Jalen Hurts, my QB number 1 overall. Patrick Mahomes, my QB number 2 overall. And Josh Allen, my QB number 3 overall this week. QBs to stay away from. My do not start list. Russell Wilson, Ben Roethlisberger, Kirk Cousins. Stay away from those guys. They're no good this week. Thank you.